What? And back again. Need to find out how much the game quitting on me decided to eat up. No, I have a happy little cat by my side. Usually it takes a moment for, or it feels like it takes a little longer after a crash to load the game, to get the game state back together. Might be that the island that it's too large. Maybe. Bit difficult to tell still. You are not yet. I did not send you out. 3 minutes ago, that's... We did regress a little, but how far did we regress? Is the...
my father, spineless.
Oh, shut up for mercy. So yeah, it's just the one former building that's now.
Only I'm reporting in.
So they are already on the way. So that's good. Have not yet sent those back. So let's do that. Collect all the wood I can. And head on over. Not quite there yet. Should also be heading to this place, I think. Not ditch water.
Only I'm reporting in.
Nope.
To the edge of the world.
Aye.
Treading paths never trodden.
Now, to be fair, this might be an indication that I can't quite go on too long today. It's not exactly what I had in mind.
New orders. Cargo boat at the ready.
But, well, considering how slow I've been going on some days, it's been a little bit of progress today. Already. So, just a nice
In the turn.
increase of what, 10,000 inhabitants? Ah, more than that. More than that. Meanwhile, on the green pastures, so much stuff. So many different lines of production. Upgrading all of these will have a similar effect, I feel.
You don't deserve better than this.
Oh, he wants 10k more than last time. Oh no. He pays me.
Most
Oof.
promising.
If that's what I deserve, then it's no wonder he's going broke. Should be buying out his islands. But I don't really. I'm not really in the mood.
You'll always be a goody-goody.
Oh no. I'll be a goody goody. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that.
I'm used to the best.
And this is not it. 1,305. Attractiveness. It's getting there. They don't know how to park. It's like, yeah, take the lifeboat over.
A tiny something to keep you going.
Tiny something of 25,000. So how many actors do I have stockpiled? 6. That's... Clearly I don't remember. Need to...
Plenty to get stuck into.
Really? Oh yeah, that didn't survive the crash. Me rebuilding, or me building schools.
A presser.
Up. Why are you so unhappy? He is good. What's up with you? He has full charge. He doesn't have any. Yeah, of course he's outside the range of the... Sound like the... No, what? Huh? Yeah, he also doesn't have church, but he has. Hmm.
Here's an easy target, lads.
Ship under attack.
Oh no. Yeah, did you really think that through, Annie? You didn't.
Ship under attack. Bullseye.
Please don't.
Your harbor is under
Oh,
attack.
where?
Ship under attack.
What? Oh, getting meowed at.
Ship under attack. Ship under attack. Ship under attack.
That's a lot of ships on attack.
Ship under attack. Ship under attack.
Ship under attack.
Ship under attack. Ship under attack.
They lazily fire.
Ship under attack.
They're approaching.
Ship under attack.
Oh, just a little more and there's gonna be a lot of pirate wreckage.
Ship under attack.
Nope.
I don't expect you'll show mercy. It's rare we leave any alone.
Seductive charts bury my desk.
Ooh, a 3-star.
Cargo stations.
Now quickly put in the tomb. Yes. Only the monkey tooth missing. So I'm... Now, I would not usually do this, but I am going to save the game. It crashed on me like that. $111 in. Oh, that's a lot of hours. Schnapps is going down like crazy. So I believe I counted this. Came to the conclusion that this is one of the town halls with the most
A new milestone.
coverage. Where does it end? Covers all of these. These two. All of this line. Oh, these three. Does not reach all the way in this line though. Oh, yeah, that won't work. That won't work. Done. The lost. It's the lost house. That's too much. So mountains won't do anything because
An aviary is fine.
Artisans don't have a pub need anymore. Glazing, so finish, bump, caoutchouc, filaments, and annoyingly electricity. So that's almost 3,000 artisans.
Ceasefire has ended.
Oh yeah, I also did not rebuild this school just yet.
A few murmurings down the Union.
So these are gonna now they should be filling up. Yeah, it's just 7 more people for workers, for worker buildings. As artisans.
Have the devil to pay.
suddenly enact demands the minefield.
Be the star to steer us.
We are masters of the sea. Yes, we are. At times. Sometimes we'll just drive into the mine. Might as well upgrade a couple more. Oh, I should have paid attention to what I can actually upgrade. These 3 houses and then the lowest 2. These rows. Upgrade this 1 house. These 2. That's 5. And all other upgrades are full blocks each. So yeah. Anything in between is a full block.
Reporting in.
And this one as well. Then it's time to switch out the mountains. And that's another quick, well, 2,500 artisans added into the mix. There's still 1 house in workerdom that is not close enough to a school. A single house. Well, it's not back here. And surprisingly enough, it's none of these. Well, there is a school. There is a school. But the way I set it up, I expected it to be that one far out in the back. The one down here. Oh, but they should be supplied well and truly, shouldn't they? Next most likely candidate would be one of these who has been deprived of a certain access to maybe not the school but the
people celebrate
the marketplace. But I guess it's these buildings that are closest to the relevant amenities. Or civil services. Ooh. Whatever you want to call it. Hmm. I'm moving around the camera a bit to see if I can't spot it among, or spot a house without the arrow above it, but who knows at this point where that one worker is hiding. Because yeah, there's 579 of 580. There's one worker household who's missing just the teensiest, tiniest bit of... Well, it has to be school access, because if it were access to the marketplace, then I would not have been able to upgrade all farmers. Come on, people. Might... Seems pretty green to me everywhere. Seems pretty gosh darn green. Even in these areas? Whoa. It's not entirely out of the question, it might be a display error. But then again, there is no reason for there to be fractions. But at least in my PC save file, there came a point around, or somewhere north of 400,000 inhabitants. There came a point when, despite all my islands being fully settled and stable with supplies, the number for the total amount of inhabitants that's in the amongst the top right corner information, top left corner information, just flickered back and forth between two numbers, because I guess it did not actually have any impact on gameplay. It did not actually mess with any supplies or demand calculations. It just the fraction of inhabitants in, I don't know, a couple of houses must have been I don't know, on on a perfect 0.5, and the game didn't know what to do. was curious. But well, no matter how many upgrades I did afterwards, it didn't really help. Didn't sort itself out. It just stayed that way. Yeah. Now, general demand for This time... Well, this time I have
Into the
to
unknown.
back out again. That's some bad timing, my dude. Bad timing. 18 to 24 to 22 to 5 to 5 to 4 to 4 to 2 to 2. How's storage looking? Oh, down to below 100 schnapps. Worker clothing is also dropping fast still,
Pressing engagement.
so I should just
Look what blew up the blowhole.
leave her on the island. Just leave her. She's not the person we came here for. Need to upgrade a couple more. Helps to sort things out a little. It's a vicious cycle now. I created because I need to upgrade stuff to
Cargo stations.
just to stay afloat. It's going to mean that I'm
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Sparky. Look, it's a guy named after a dog. Pretty sure that's what an investor would say or think. And that's how you get upgrades that aren't actually inside the influence range of your buildings. Just like that. Wow.
New orders.
Come on.
Cargo boat at the ready.
So we're out of wood afterwards.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Are we? Oh well, it's a nurse. Not gonna say anything bad about nurses. So they already have an actor. Oh. Let's make sure they do have variety theater, because well, what else am I supposed to do? That is also an artisan house. What happened there? A hundred schnapps. $22 schnapps per minute now. 20 worker clothing. 6 sausages. Always feels kind of strange how at this point in the game you fill out the buildings in one of these town halls, and you basically get the same amount of population you need, or you painstakingly build up to during your first on your first island. It takes so long, and now it's just yeah, that's 8,000 artisans. In about 25 minutes, which, well, still kind of slow. 1,000 workers. Oh, did it? No, still, there is one holdout. Someone's not cooperating. Just don't quite know where just yet. Which town hall? Town hall has the most buildings? Aside to those that I already did. Probably one of these. Surely not that one. This one also has loads of people. But also a good amount of dead space. It's the necromorphs. And then he realized that there is nowhere near enough wood to actually be doing this. I need you to travel all the way to Bright Sands. I need you to go to Ditchwater. I need you to travel over here. And the one that's probably
until you prove yourself innocent.
The easiest to tap into is still Ditchwater.
You broke
Eli being annoying. New visitors at El Bufalo. One more minute for hopefully Monkey. Where's the? There's the quest.
I've a myriad of these laying about.
Please no can of beans.
How shrewd.
Some bananas. Well, thanks for that, I guess. I'm generous. I'll give him the fact that he was trying to be thoughtful. Gonna buy out Van Meising's Islands mainly because he's annoying right at this point. Another quest.
This city is a magnet for genius.
A sailor.
Take it before I change my mind.
Oh, what you got?
Scooped us out of the gutter, you did.
A baker. Did I?
Have the devil to pay.
Yeah, what you want? The night in jail. Sickening. An epic trial. Sickening. Yeah. You say so?
Only are reporting in.
What? What just happened? But it's becoming wonky again.
Begin the turn.
So, in any way, even if I don't think
At the ready.
there's, it's, it's like what? There's a known crash issue that's gonna get fixed that's related to trade route rendering.
New orders.
So having more trade routes might be an actual reason for the game becoming unstable. There's a couple of annoying
Finger around.
things about ship control. I do have to say I'm still not a fan of this giant side menu. Now, the Great Eastern is at least a ship that somewhat fills out all the space.
Ready for assignment.
But that's just ridiculous. I know it's streamlined to be the same size, I get that, but having to have that obscure good 25% of the screen and not even
Tanker ready.
supply all that much information is just it's just kind of annoying. Not bad, it's just annoying. Much like the split second it takes when you open something for the controls to shift to the new menu controls. Which, well, ends up sending you into the radial ever so often if you're too quick. Schnapps is empty. Is empty now. The great Schnapps crisis of Reichenau. So many mostly German words. Oh yeah, I need to buy von Mertens. Get that actor in. And back to sausage is also gonna be a bit of a problem, I would assume. What's up with all these?
Only are reporting in.
Am I not Yeah, there it is. Am I not sending these resources? I guess it probably didn't. I didn't need all of them
Hold the crane.
before or last time. So 139 schnapps to go around. 241 worker clothing. The worker clothing is what's actually gonna be the big problem. I mean they'll just do their thing even if they don't have schnapps. They'll be angry about it, but that's all. $10,000 artisans. Not quite 20,000 workers. Yeah, that's Morty. It's closer to endgame numbers. These two houses are in the influence range. These two are. And that singular one. It's 6 houses of this block. The one on the edge. This block. 3 of these 4. This line. And again this block. And now, yeah, everything in between. Can I just, yep. Oh, just enough. Just enough. Mattens gets turned into an actor. Paid actor. Replaced by an actor. Oh good god, what have I done? Mass exodus. It's about... there's a chance I'll have about 2,000 people moving out because I accidentally put an embargo on this, or forbid the sale of sausages. It's 12,500 possible artisans. Almost 18,000 workers. Yeah, the artisan population of the island will have to try to make sense out of what just happened. Oh, they seem to be taking it better than the farmers were with the fish. Still, there's 800 more people considering whether or not this is a good idea to move it. Almost up to 160. El Buforo. Sail on El Buforo. Oh yeah, I never bought back my shares, did I? And how are we looking now? Sausage, beer, and and bread is the next big. It's gonna be the next big couple of problems once they all the artisans have moved in. This place,
Let's have ours.
yeah, it's gonna be a coffee nightmare. Monkey, give me a monkey tooth. Monkey, come on, monkey. Ah.
I either eat the best or I don't eat.
Let's go again. Without the goulash. Oh, that's easily doable. That is easily doable, resource-wise. There's, yeah, newspapers waiting to be sent out. For the longest time, PC edition had these calculation errors with influence, and I never really understood what actually caused them. I just know that on my largest playthrough, if I hit an influence breakpoint like this, next one's at 173,900, so 174,000 basically. Every time I hit one of those breakpoints, I lost about 150 to 200 influence, which usually brought me down into the negative. But reloading the game fixed that. So, don't know what the cause was. I believe it was fixed at some point. But I think it got fixed at one point and then it came back. Because I do remember when I was trying to set up a hacienda that I had the same issue again. Might have been something on my end though. There's so many buffs and calculations at some point with all the different features the game got. Became quite difficult to keep track of all of them, I would say. Worker clothing is gonna hit 0 as well. So I could increase future problems a little more by
Censorship is not always the cranny of the corrupt.
New orders?
You're trying to scare us.
That's it. Show those greasy plebs what's for.
Who is us, Benter? Who is us? You'll find George is no longer around.
Fabled lands exist after all.
That's fine. Little stutter. Can add one more of these town halls. I have one more actor to add to these town halls. $18 schnapps, 16 worker clothing. Per minute.
Admiral! Admiral!
And the rope.
Fight if we must.
Cat moved on to a different position in the room. Just had to check on her real quick. That one's gonna be a fairly large amount of houses. But I'll need to get more wood.
Ollie, I'm reporting in. Room to maneuver.
So yeah, basically anything that's in between.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Punctilious physician.
Hold the crane. Cargo boat at the ready.
No, there they are. So, and one more actress. So this island should need no rum currently. Almost 17,000 artisans. Ten sausages per minute. So sausages are going to go down. That's more or less a given, I would say. At this point. Yeah, they are going down. Sausage and bread. Beer is also not going to top off if it's below 750. With the one supply route coming in, carrying 50.
Cargo stations.
That is just going to empty.
New orders.
Now, admittedly, I'm a tad distracted right now.
Surely, but slowly.
Which is why I do feel the urge to call it quits today, which would make this a good bit shorter than usual. It's just been about 2.5 hours now. Not quite, even. But I guess, well, starting to think more and more about what I still have to do to get prepared for tomorrow. Which is probably...
A great moment for all of us.
Nope. Oh, please, let there be somebody good. Trying to rescue people. And you bring me hybrid cotton seeds and sewing machines. Someone didn't get the mission statement. Someone didn't get it. Oh, shucks. It's another quest. Engineer quest.
I am on the verge of a breakthrough. Now the possibilities are limitless. Does it all snap into place?
Needs 20 tons of coffee for an all-nighter. All-nighter. All night. Not nighted. It's getting worse every time I say it. It's getting worse. Oh no. Yeah, they are all decked out in guns and such.
Your city has grown more beautiful.
Nope. Because it...
The people celebrate your leadership.
I'll try to get a monkey tooth. And afterwards I'm going to call it. After this exhibition's over. I'll consider myself done for the day. And whilst I didn't spend much time with my islands today, promise is not just the fact that I wanna wanna play Age of Wonders. I'll probably turn off the console afterwards. Whilst I have not done much time-wise compared to other days, well, I added what? 15,000 people? 16,000 people to my island population? Basically a tenth. Getting done moving in.
On our way.
Need to move these ships to the islands. I can actually. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not the reflex to press that to jump to the ship, but
On our way.
so where I can get more building materials to continue the great upgrade marathon of Reichenau. Now, there are artists left now, so I could take 3 more artists to Reichenau to continue the tradition of not needing any rum or canned food for my populace. Yes. Yes. That sounds like something I want to do.
I advise you to pick on profit.
Didn't actually want to start a exhibition in this place. But yeah, I could in theory, couldn't I?
It's
Rather. And it is the big one. So just block all of these and come on, block them all. And try my luck with the monkey's tooth. In this place as well.
Cargo stations.
Come on. Aha! Why does that kick you out again? Take the actors. Come on.
Begin the turn.
Move back.
Olio reporting in.
That's the other one. Going to need wood most of all, so let's take 400 wood.
Carry her about.
And I'll want
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
probably something like that.
Hold the crane.
Come on. Come on, game. That's a scammer. Virtuosos, eh? Worker clothes are now... It's now trending upwards again, I think. Maybe not schnapps. Sausages, bread and beer are trending down. So beer has basically taken the role of schnapps at this point. Which was to be expected. So we're an actor in here. Well, let's upgrade a couple of houses then, shall we?
Ollia reporting in.
Seems about right. I'll do this just so I won't forget about him. It's the first house actually needs canned food and rum. I do wonder where the holdout is. Well, it's not gonna be here. School right next door. One of these places? At this point I might as well try to find them again for a bit. Oh no, don't scroll across the island while zoomed in. Aren't down here. Now doesn't help that the artisans are now starting to have their own ideas of ascension.
The doors are shut. Where are the proceeds?
I wonder the same. Exactly the same. Monkey! Give me monkey. Monkey?
Aggression pact has ended.
Oh, no monkey. It's too bad. No monkey. I'll set up the next attempt. And then
Expedition.
I don't want the pirate stuff. God damn it! Sea captain doesn't listen, never learns. But then I'm gonna make good on what I said, that I'll be done for the day. Aside from the crash, shorter stream. Do need to get my stuff together for tomorrow. I'll not be home for, well, basically all of tomorrow. It's a holiday in Germany. Depending on where exactly you live. Männertag, Vatertag, Christi Himmelfahrt. So, Father's Day. Which, well, might give you an idea what I'm going to be up to. All I can say at this point is it will likely involve a long walk through the woods, but not exactly hiking. So, yeah. I have no idea what that one worker house is supposed to be. Gonna have a last look at... Oh yeah, beer and bread are below 700 now. Oh, sausages as well. Worker clothing. Schnapps is about to run out again. Worker clothing is also tight, so they don't... it's not quite... We're not quite out of the woods just yet with these two either. 15, 14, 11, 10. Anyway. That's gonna be a problem for next time. If you are also celebrating a holiday on Thursday, which if you're watching this on YouTube would be today, I do hope you spend it in a nice and invigorating fashion. If you watch this at a later date, I hope you had a nice nice day. And if you are unfortunate and don't have a holiday on Thursday this week, I'm sorry. I do hope you've had, or you're having, a nice day anyways. Thank you to anybody who decided to have a look at what I'm doing, to anybody who watched the live or the video, who followed or subscribed or just came by. Not a lot of people say hi at the moment. I'd like some more conversation. But yeah. Thank you very much, and I'll see you, hopefully, next time. There's still a little bit of to do in Anno. Yeah. Although, yeah, I guess either Saturday or Sunday or maybe Monday I'll come back to Anno. No later than that. Still so many more people to move into these houses. So many more problems to create by not having enough sausage. So, see you around. Bye bye.